Good morning, lunatics. Welcome to Morning Java. Morning Java brought to you, as always, Taylor, by the Get Go Cafe and Market, and you can get all kinds of your hometown fish there right now.
Yeah, fish. I'm more interested in the mint milkshakes right now. It's that time of year. I'm more concerned with that.
It is definitely green milkshake season.
Those are incredible.
I like them. You liked, well, everybody in this building liked Evgeni Malkin scoring his 1,000th point as a professional hockey player.
Yeah, that was a huge moment for him, and the building was so loud at so many different places tonight. But I mean, it was probably the loudest for Malkin's 1,000th point. Yeah, that was a huge moment for him. His parents are here. They showed his parents. It looked like his dad was tearing up. I mean, that's just a huge milestone, and for it to come on Kessel's goal, Malkin, it sounded like that was more special to him. He said Kessel had joked before the game that he was going to score Malkin's 1,000th point.
Yeah, not just a Phil Kessel goal, but a power play goal, right?
Yeah.
And Phil Kessel scoring a goal that wasn't one of those greasy ones like he got the other night to finally get off of his, 16 games without a goal?
Yeah.
But he actually shoots the puck into the back of the net and just turns, kind of looks up to the sky and, breathes a big sigh of relief. Good for the Penguins to get him on the board too, yeah?
Yeah, he and all the Penguins, they were so happy for Malkin. Sullivan really spoke a lot about Malkin. That was one of his longest post-game press conferences of the season. And, I mean, a lot of it was about Malkin, and he said that he thinks Malkin is underappreciated outside of Pittsburgh in the hockey world, and that he's been one of the league's best players, for the past 10 plus years, and he just wants Malkin to get the attention he deserves.
Yeah, for the 101st best player in NHL history. His next point, 1,001. All right, Taylor. Early in this game, later in the first period, we saw the first sign of any of that Pittsburgh versus Washington stuff going on back behind Braden Holtby's net. And I look out of the corner of my eye, and Erik Gudbranson's doing this slow little glide in where he's not supposed to be. As a defenseman, you're not allowed to really rush in to those battles at the end when the whistle blows. But Tom Wilson slowly starts turning towards him, and they end up doing a little whispering into each other's ear, and it wasn't the first they talked to each other, was it?
No, yeah, they've had history before, obviously. Gudbranson beat Tom Wilson when Gudbranson was playing for Vancouver. I mean, we all kind of expected something to happen with Wilson, and Gudbranson obviously would be the guy to step up. And, I mean, when he wrestled Tom Wilson down to the ice, it was really loud in here.
Well, I want to talk about that for a minute, because a lot of the time the argument is that you can't deter somebody from doing things.
Yeah.
You can't just, by being on the ice, you can't stop somebody from being a goon or a villain or whatever. But he didn't need to deter him, did he? He literally wrapped him up. The second that Tom Wilson went back towards the group of guys going at it, he wrapped him up and he took him to the ground like a football player.
Yeah, no, I agree that having like an enforcer doesn't really deter anyone from doing anything. But, I mean, if you get Tom Wilson to sit in the penalty box for, in this case, it was only 2 minutes because they didn't let them go, you're deterring him from, hurting anyone for those 2 minutes.
If you're going to tackle Tom Wilson, he's going to do enough back to you that you're both going to go to the box. And the way that they talked, it looked like we might see more from them throughout the rest of the game, but we really didn't. That 2 minutes did, with the Capitals needing to score, that did deter them from getting involved more.
Yeah, and they were jawing at each other the entire time in the box. It looked like maybe they were thinking about going when they came out. They didn't. I was hoping to. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm surprised the officials didn't let them go the first time. I mean, they were... Because that roughing lasted a long time.
That was a long rough.
Gudbranson practically had his whole jersey off.
He did, and Tom Wilson lost his helmet during it.
Yeah.
And Gudbranson, while he's being... two refs trying to separate these two guys, one on each of them, and he's unbuckling his helmet, and he throws his helmet to the ice to even things up and let Wilson know, hey, I'll make this a fair fight if you'd like.
Yeah, there were a lot of boos after that. The fans really wanted to see Tom Wilson get a beat down.
They wanted to see him get gutted, I guess. All right, Taylor. Nobody really came for that matchup of Tom Wilson and Erik Gudbranson, except for maybe the two of us and Chris Bradford still riding up in the box up above. But that first line, Jared McCann getting another crack at playing with Sidney Crosby and Jake Gensel, and boy, were they good.
Yeah, I mean, the second period, that's where the game winner wasn't scored there, but that's really where the Penguins won the game. That's what turned the whole game around, because, I mean, they had a pretty bad start. The shot totals weren't that, like, uneven after the first period, but that's because so many of the Cap shots missed. The Penguins were lucky it was as close as it was, and then, I mean, to score 3 goals in 2 minutes in the second period, that was huge, and they were all, like, pretty great goals, too.
Yeah, that first one, I probably shouldn't talk about Jared McCann as much as I do.
He keeps giving you stuff to talk about.
But he makes it really easy. He had that Jordan Stahl-like moment for me. Reminded me of Stahl in Detroit. Now, he didn't get the goal himself, but he steals the puck, he turns, he goes straight to the cage, and Jake Gensel's on the other side of the net to bear the chance for him.
Yeah, that was a great feed. And then the second one, Schultz flipping it from this end of one end of the ice to the other, way up in the air. Crosby just caught it, put it straight 5-hole, but on Braden Holtby, he put his stick right between his legs. I mean, that was another great move.
Yeah, the Crosby celebration, too. He goes to the corner just screaming, clenching his fist, mouth is just huge. Wide open. Teddy Bluger comes in and mauls him in the corner. And, this first line, they're going to that Murphy dump a little bit as a means for creating offense. This is what we saw when Sid connected with Jake in overtime a week and a half ago, and we're seeing it more and more used throughout the game.
Yeah, and then that third goal, I mean, the building was so loud at that point. I mean, the fans were incredible tonight. I think everyone just felt a goal coming. I mean, it's impossible to not feed off of that energy. Yeah,
and of course, Sidney Crosby didn't get the hat trick with the goal he pulled. He went for it.
Yeah.
He went for it. He tried to score from just about where Jared McCann scored his empty net goal from, and boy, does that guy score some empty net goals.
I mean, you have to keep him on the top line. I like Dominic Simone. You like Dominic Simone, but I mean, he doesn't need to be on that line.
No, and he looks really good with Bukestad and Hornquist. So just let's let that go at the wishes of the entire internet.
He did. Absolutely no one wants to hear this, but last I saw, he was the only Penguin with a Corsi for above 50%, which is what you want. That's just what he does. People joke, call him Mr. Corsi. He doesn't even know what that word means, but...
Hear that, everybody? That's stats reporter Taylor. She's now the lone person on Dominic Simone Hill because I'm moving away. I'm ready for Gudbranson and Wilson next time these guys meet.